if you want to start your own gold and silver business, then click the link and book a free 15-minute appointment with me, and I'll go through with you. For example, I'm going to be sharing with you more about where to get them from, for example. So I'm going to be filming that as well. I'm going to be also be showing you how to weigh the gold, for example, or the silver. I'm going to show you how to test it. I'm going to be showing you I'm going to even show you how it gets smelted down and weighed, for example. I'm going to be showing you a lot of things because we need to be aware of that. We're in business. If you're in business, then there's something that you need to do to plan for if you get hit with an unexpected expense, for example. So, like I was saying last year, August, September, to start saving at least 5 to 10% of your company's income, for example, to save for a rainy day, for example. Well, I believe now is the time to do that. And being in business, don't get me wrong, is a good investment. Just like gold and silver, having a business is still a good investment, providing you do the right things, because obviously there's a lot of changes, isn't there? There's more inflation. So this is the reason why I do AI automation for business owners, for example, because I know that because of the inflation, it can cause very difficult financial issues for them, for example. So think about getting gold and silver, but getting the physical gold and silver. I'm not talking about the paper one, because the paper one, it's not yours. It's on paper. That doesn't mean anything. You literally got to have it in your hand physically, so you know that you've got it and it's there. It's not going anywhere until you say so, until you're ready to sell a piece of it off, for example. But I would definitely be looking at buying at least a silver coin every month, for example, $35. And by the end of the year, that that coin could be worth, the one that you spent $35 on, for example, it could be worth $800. The silver coin I'm referring to here. Because like I said, the silver is going to explode because it is dual purpose. They need it for manufacturing, they need it for more solar panels, they need it for renewable energy, they need it for the electronic vehicles, the batteries, for example. They need, because look around us, there's so many stations that is to do with electric cars, isn't there, for example? And I'm not going to talk about any brands here, but if you, in 2030, apparently all cars are going to be electric. So that's going to take more demand for silver, which is depleting the mines anyway. The silver mines are depleting. It's going to run out in 20 years' time. So that's why they've got to start looking for new discoveries to try and, it's going to be like the River Nile, the movie, for example. It's going to be like going back to that. Who's going to find this gold mine? Who's going to find this silver mine? These discovery people will be out looking, if they're not looking already, for example, which they probably are. But this is the future. This is how you can help secure your future, by getting gold and silver and buying those coins every month, for example, so that in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time, you've got a nice savings then. And you've got, if you're using it for your pension, then you've got a good pension that you can enjoy your pension with, instead of living, pension payment to pension payment, and watching, being careful and going without, and not having your heating on when you should have, and buying food that's not, good for you, nutritional wise, for example, because you can't afford the healthy food. Treating yourself out for a meal. You're a pensioner, why not enjoy? Go on a holiday, enjoy your life. And I believe if you do the gold coins or silver coins, then you'll be able to do that, because the currency isn't in the paper cash system that we've got today. It's the gold and silver is the monetary system that we'll be able to trade with and use, like how we did in the old days. There'd be a bag of coins of silver, bag of gold, here's one gold coin, for example. That's how we used to do trading. And I believe it's going to go back to that. There's going to be a reset back to the monetary system that we used to have many years ago. I believe something was signed the other day in America to say that that you can use silver and gold to get money. And you can, even in America, if you've got like gold, you can take it and someone will, just write you a check, for example, or wire it to you, So it is the way forward, is looking at how you can look at buying gold and silver, for example. And today's video really is to show you and make you aware of where gold and silver comes from, and where these mines are around the world, just to open our minds, not just to buy gold and silver. It's, it's knowing where it's come from as well, because obviously there's different places around the world that we buy that gold and silver comes from. So it's good to understand where these mines are, and just to see what the data is out there at the moment. But we're not getting the full data. There's a lot of hidden information, and I can understand why, tell you the truth, because otherwise people want to, the wars happen that way, don't they? Which is what we're seeing today. So I hope that you've enjoyed today's discussion on the mines around the world, the wealthiest mines around the world. And today was about Russia's gold empire and the mines that it has, because it has 5 mines, for example, and it just helps us to understand where everything is coming from. So tomorrow is going to be about the mine in Australia. I'm going to be going on here 7:15 p.m. UK time, as well as 2:15 p.m. USA time, i.e. New York, Atlanta time, for example. And tomorrow we're going to be diving into Australia's gold mines as well. So I hope that you've enjoyed today. If so, please do subscribe to get further notifications of the videos of when I go live, for example. But today I wanted to, each day, this is a 10-part series. So over the next, over the 10 days, I'm talking about where these gold mines are around the world, silver mines are around the world, for example. And because it's good to be, I feel it's good to be aware of where they are as well. All right, so thank you so much. I hope that you've enjoyed today's session, and do like and subscribe. Tell me what you think. Do you think that they're providing us with the real information about the data that is out there telling us how much each country has got gold? I don't think so, because if they did, they would leave themselves vulnerable. So I understand why that is. So let's see what is in Fort Knox. We're still waiting to hear about that. Apparently, something is missing, but we still haven't seen the evidence. Let's see the evidence. Show us.